Hello, welcome back. This is Stephen from Be That Social Guy, and today we are going over part two of going from bar nightclub to home. And of course, we don't mean alone either. Um, if you haven't checked out part one, I strongly recommend. In fact, it's better that you do go from part one to part two to part three because everything you need to have a successful night to start with is in part one. And now we jump to part two. So just a quick overview. In part one, stage one of the night, okay, you've entered the place and you're being social. This is a great part to, yeah, be social with everyone, get to know people on a name-to-name basis. Don't invest too much in one conversation unless you're getting super, um, how can I say it, super attention back. If the girl's super into you, you can choose. But my advice is to just keep conversations short with people and get to know people on a name-to-name basis. Okay, so remember, part one, get to know people. Remember their name if you can, for reapproach in part two. Part two. There we go. So now we jump to part two. Now, I've put three words here: fun, flirt, and focus. Okay, this is all about part two. So this is probably let's say the most important part of the night, maybe. But you can only really get to part two correctly if you have done part one. So what I mean by fun is that, remember, everyone is in there for fun, to have fun, to do this, to do that, whatever it is. Okay, we're all there to have fun, and of course we're all there to meet someone that we like as well. But what you're going to notice when you look around the venue is that people are going to be having more fun. People are going to be dancing, maybe kissing a little bit, flirting, and being close to each other. In the first part of the night, it's a bit awkward. It's like, oh, like, what the hell? Like, people are still drinking, just talking. That's why it's good to get to know people then. Then when part two comes along, which there's no specific time, it's just when you start noticing people are getting a bit more closer and a bit more in a party mood, that is when part two starts. So first you need to recognize it, because once you recognize it, then you know how to act correctly. Okay. At this point, in the first part, you've not really taken many risks. Now you can take some more risks here, okay? Because everyone's gonna be a bit more warmed up. So, for example, go in for hugs quite fast. You could say, "Hey, what's up?" and go in for a hug. That's something. So you can be a little bit more physical. Of course, calibrate. Um, but it's a great way to start interactions as well. It breaks down the physical barrier as well. And if they are uncomfortable, calibrate and stay positive. Whatever you do, stay positive. All right. Um, so that is what you can do. Now, this is great because at this point, you know some people, by name. Okay. So you can reapproach, and if there's any girl that you like, um, flirt with the girl that you like. Okay, you can step it up a little bit with the girls that you like and you've already spoken to. Of course, if there's a girl that you haven't spoken to before, approach, obviously, but you can maybe be a little bit more forward from the beginning than if it was the first part of the night. All right, so that's what I want you to do there. Okay, and at this point, okay, you don't want to jump from people to people. Okay, at this point you want to find someone and in your head commit to them. Okay, what I see a lot of guys doing is that they half-heartedly talk to a girl, then the friend comes over, then they get scared or they go blah 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 blah. Okay, no, we don't want that. Okay, if you find a girl that you like and you've had a bit of fun with her, you've chatted to her, you've flirted, okay, commit to them and have fun with them, flirt with them, okay? And what was the last one? Focus on them. Well, I suppose it's the same as commit. Focus on them, okay? And at this point, it's kind of like if you do that, okay, if you do those three things, okay, it's going to be more likely that you have success with them than if you don't, okay? Um, the reason why you need to commit to them is because at this point you have built up some kind of connection with them. Okay, you need to trust your instincts with that as well. Okay, hopefully you've been a little bit physical. Maybe you've held their hand a little bit, you've pretended to read their palm, you've given her a hug, you've given her a side hug, and she's responding fairly well to all these things. um you have to commit because it's a very chaotic environment. Okay, remember, you are in a chaotic environment. So it's chaotic for you, but it's also chaotic for her. And if you're able to provide a bit of stability in that chaotic environment, it's perfect. Now, again, what you need to understand at this point is that you probably haven't dealt with the friends. So, what I want you to do is make friends with the friends because ultimately they are going to be the one to, let's say, have a huge say in whether she goes home with you or not. They're not going to let their friend go home with a random guy. Now, technically, yes, you are a random guy. Even if you speak to her for an hour, you're still a random guy. However, if you make friends with the friends, they're going to at least understand, like, okay, so he's not a weirdo. Okay, he's cool. Like, she seems to like him. I've checked out. He's not weird. Okay, everything's cool so far. Maybe they'll come back and check a bit later as well, but it's cool. Okay, so committing to them, committing to the girl means that you are going to want to make friends with her friends, which is super super important. Okay, so to make that easier, okay, I want you to ask your girl about her friends, okay? So when you're with her, be like, oh, so who are you here with tonight? Ah, you're with this one. How do you know them? Okay. Ah, do you work with them? Ah, okay. How long have you known them for? What I want you to do is I want you to find out, a good amount of information about her friends so that when they come over or when one comes over, right, you're able to be like, ah, yeah, you're the girl that works in the marketing, or ah, you're the girl that's friends with her since primary school. Okay? What you've already done is that you've established that you already know her on some level. Okay? So it's going to make you seem like an old friend. Like, ah, okay, like, ah, he knows a bit about me. Okay? It kind of breaks the tension a little bit, right? Can even compliment her too, like, ah, yeah, you're the girl that you know her from primary school. Oh, by the way, cool, nice necklace. Like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, yeah, hi, I'm Stephen. Whatever. Okay, you introduce yourself. So ask your girl about her friends, and use that information to, let's say, break the awkward barrier. Okay, let's say break the cop block barrier. That's better. Break the cop block barrier. Okay, and that is going to help you so much. Okay, you don't understand how much that is going to help you. I mean, I'm sure you guys have been cop blocked before, where a friend comes over, pulls a friend away, blah blah blah. Before she does that, you say, hey, you're Jenny, right? Hi, Jenny, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I was speaking to your friend. She's pretty cool. Oh, by the way, cool, nice jacket. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, my name's Steven. I'm just, me and your friend are gonna get married. Blah blah blah. Okay, whatever it is, you're invited to the wedding. You can be the bridesmaid. You know, include her in the conversation a little bit too, but obviously don't flirt too much or don't flirt with her. But it's just to basically, you know, drop the cock block attack. Let's call it a cock block attack. And all right, perfect. Because this is quite a difficult kind of stage, I'm going to make a separate video on committing to the girl and escalating. All right. So you've got to watch that in order to do step 2 correctly. All right. So there's quite a few components in that, you see, but the general idea is you want to commit to a girl and you want to escalate with her, and you want to basically show the girl that you're interested, but you're still not sure about her as well, So you can give her a hug, side hug, and be like, you know what, you're super adorable, but there's something about you that I'm not sure about. Okay, stuff like that. Okay, push her away, pull her closer, that kind of thing. So this is important, but the main thing is you focus on one girl. Now, if you focus on the girl and she ends up going home or whatever, okay, cool. Start again with another one that you've already spoken to or a new one. Okay, but what I want you to do is understand that anything can happen in the night, and in order for you to be successful with a girl, you have to focus on her, basically. You've got to commit to that girl, and whatever happens from there. All right, guys, my next video is also going to be stage 2, but it's going to go into detail on committing to the girl and escalating, because that is what a lot of guys get wrong, and that is probably the key thing in order to take it to step 3. Okay, so guys, I'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know how your night goes in the comments, and I'll see you in the commit and escalate video. Peace.